Welcome to Old Folks Racing PlayStation. Welcome to round 3, race 1. And we are with the Renault Sport RS01. What a beautiful car in the even more beautiful Laguna Seca circuit. So, welcome Renault to California, where you're going to fit very well into the local automotive landscape. Pole position for Diogo Silva, followed by Jorge Jesus. Darren Head and the return Diogo Almeida are on the second row. Dale Taylor and Kev Allen are on the third row. John Scott in 7th, Simon Allen, Peter Adrian, and the Americans at the back. Scott Davely and Todd Antonio complete the 11 starters of this race, and it's lights out. And look at the start from Diogo Almeida. Diogo Almeida has had a great start. Darren Head is on the inside of Jorge Jesus, and there's contact between the two. Contact between Jorge and Darren. Dale Taylor is up into 4th place on the outside there. Simon Allen also on the outside trying to recover some ground, but Darren Head has lost a little bit of time. He's trying to recover now, as now there's contact between Jorge Jesus and Dale Taylor. What on earth happened? We are going to find out. This is the replay from the start. This is the first contact. Darren Head on the inside of Jorge Jesus loses position to Diogo Almeida there on the outside, and to Dale Taylor. Now he's on the inside of Jorge. And contact again between the two drivers, and now I believe Dale is on the inside. There's contact there between Dale and Darren is coming back, and there is a bit of a ripple effect there, but Dale Taylor has lost an enormous amount of time. In fact, he's dead last after this incident. Diogo Silva is in the lead of the race. Kev Allen, in the meantime, has had a good start. He's in 4th place. Darren Head up to 3rd. Diogo Almeida in 2nd. And where is Jorge Jesus? He's in 9th place. John Scott also a good start. He's up into 5th place. This Scottish driver, very effective as usual. And he's under pressure now from Simon Allen there at the corkscrew, and that's not the biggest overtaking point, but John Scott is under real pressure now. He's on the inside, and Simon Allen is up into 5th place. Peter Adrian is in 7th. Good start from him. Jorge Jesus is up into 8th already, and Diogo Almeida, returning to Old Folks Racing PlayStation, is in an excellent 2nd place, and he's trying to put some pressure on leader Diogo Silva, that has maintained the lead from pole position. We are on lap 2. It's a 15-lap race. It's a relatively short lap here at Laguna Seca, even with a relatively slow car. Kev Allen has, he was a bit closer to Darren Head, wasn't he, the last time we checked. Dale Taylor, where is he? He's in 9th place. He's already overtaken the 2 American drivers. Jorge Jesus is putting pressure now on. He was trying to put pressure on John Scott, but now spins on his own. And Jorge Jesus, what a disastrous couple of laps from the front row. He was able to maintain 3rd at the start, but then incident with Dale Taylor. And look at this, John Scott is coming back at he lost the position to Peter Adrian. We haven't seen that, but now he's trying to recover very vigorously. And Peter runs wide there at the corkscrew, and maybe this is John's opportunity, but John does not capitalize on. Look at that, and he's lost another position to a fast-moving Dale Taylor. Look at that, Dale is absolutely on it. He lost time with that collision with Jorge Jesus, and now he absolutely does not want to lose any more time whatsoever. And this is a good 3-way battle for 6th place. Peter Adrian up into 6th. John Scott, after a good start, is dropping down the order. Look at this. Everyone just locking their brakes there. Dale Taylor continues to put pressure on Peter Adrian, and John Scott is observing this battle quite closely. Dale thinks he's got a good car, he's got good pace around here as well. He qualified pretty well, and really, look at that. Now, and they touch, and they are going to both go out of Oh dear, this is, well, the replay, and we are trying to see now. Peter, oh, and I'm not sure. Oh, I'm really not sure what to think about this one, because Peter, he did run a bit wide, and this is, oh, the car's just completely tangled, and I think Peter, well, tried to get out of it, but couldn't. Anyway, the two cars are in the gravel, and they lost a lot of time. I think certainly Dale was entitled to a move there, because Peter ran a bit offline and Dale saw the opportunity. It is the outside, but he was coming with more momentum, and the car just connected, and Diogo Almeida has gone off the road. The second place man is off the road at the corkscrew, and Darren Head is crucially very close to second place now. But just debriefing on that incident between Dale and Peter, Dale was entitled to the move. I think he was side by side, and then the cars just tangled, and sometimes in this simulation it's very difficult to untangle cars once they tangled, and I believe that's what happened. In any case, Peter Adrian is in 7th and Dale Taylor is in 9th, so he did lose more time than Peter. Look at this, Darren Head under pressure from Kev Allen. Diogo Almeida trying to hold on to that second place, and all of this is really benefiting Diogo Silva, who is the leader of the race since the beginning, now with 3 seconds, and this is a few moments ago. It's again Dale Taylor and Peter Adrian and Jorge Jesus, and oh, and Jorge hits Peter, and now goes side by side. Oh, and Peter now is coming back to the racing line, and a little bit. And they side by side, and what will happen now? I think Peter is trying to desperately hold on to this position, but now Dale does have the inside, and it is a very heated battle, shall we say, between these two drivers. They probably should calm down a little bit. They would probably go quicker around this Laguna Seca circuit, and Diogo Almeida is in the gravel again, and this time round with more disastrous consequences, because he's lost second place to Darren Head and also third place to Kev Allen. So Diogo with very good pace on his return to Old Folks Racing PlayStation, but now a little bit inconsistent. Maybe that's the lack of practice week in, week out. He's still in a very good 4th place, but now dropping back a little bit behind the fast-moving Darren Head and also Kev Allen. Simon Allen, we got well, we glanced at him. He's in 5th place. Dale Taylor is now behind Jorge Jesus. Jorge in 7th place. John Scott is up to 6th again. That's purely because every driver behind him has tangled in some shape or form. We are on lap 5, still the first third of this race, and already lots of action in this very raceable combo. Dale Taylor continues to try to recover, but every time he tries to recover, his recovery is threatened by one incident or another. Look at that, almost raining wide there into the gravel. Kev Allen is in 3rd place. Here he is in that yellow livery. Diogo Almeida is coming back at him. Look at this beautiful shot there on board through the corkscrew. Diogo Almeida is actually trying to recover that podium position, as we are going to hit the midpoint of this race very shortly indeed. Oh, look at that, Diogo Almeida almost spinning there and loses more time. And this is a few moments ago Dale Taylor, and I'm almost afraid of looking at what's going to happen here, but let's keep an open mind. George just ran wide, and and Dale Taylor again involved in an incident, this time no fault of his own. Scott Davley is coming back from the back and is, look at that, Jorge Jesus lost an enormous amount of time with that spin, and then going right into the racing line and getting hit by Dale Taylor. Dale Taylor is still in 8th place. He did overtake Jorge Jesus in the process, but he lost the position to Scott Davley. Peter Adrian is in 9th, and Jorge Jesus is in 10th. Look at this, Diogo Almeida really trying a little bit too hard there. The pace is definitely there, but not the consistency at this point. He's really trying hard to not lose contact with Cavallan, but a mistake there in turn 1. And this is, well, Dale Taylor again, this time behind Scott Davely. Scott has had some pace problems. Oh, look at that. Scott is trying to defend big time there, as he's entitled to do in turn 1. He's not going to let Dale go through that easily. Now Dale makes a mistake and he's loses time again. He definitely has the pace, but you have to wait for the right opportunity to overtake. Now on the outsides, this is not a very usual corner, but he does the job this time. Very clean overtake there. Scott Davely also recognizing that Dale is quicker, and sooner or later he was going to get through. Dale Taylor is up into 7th, but he's 6 seconds away. This is Peter Adrian and Jorge Jesus. And I wonder what's going to happen here. Oh, and George is spinning again. George is spinning again, and Dale. Oh, and Peter has to avoid him and goes into the barrier himself. And these two lost more time. George Jesus is having a bit of a disastrous race, really. He's starting from the front row, and now he's and almost hitting Peter Adrian at the back. What is going on in this race? It is a very raceable combo, so the amount of mistakes that we are seeing here is somehow not very well justified. The top 5 are the same. Diogo Silva is the leader, 4.4 seconds ahead of Darren Head, the championship leader. 3rd is Cavallan. 4th is Diogo Almeida, and Simon Allen is running on his own in 5th place. He's got a good gap over John Scott in 6th. 7th is Dale Taylor. 8th is Scott Davely. 9th now is Jorge Jesus, who overtook Peter Adrian. 10th is Peter, and 11th is Todd. Todd Antonio has retired, I'm sorry. We didn't see what happened there, but I'm now looking at the leaderboard, and there's no way that Todd is 5 minutes behind everyone else. So Todd Antonio has disconnected from this race. We understand we only have 10 cars running. And the first of those 10 cars is Diogo Silva, looking for his 2nd win of the season and trying to recover ground in the championship standings, of course, after having missed the first round. He won the race last round, and now he's in a good position to win a race in this round. That's round 3 out of 10. This is the 5th race of the season. Cavallan is cutting a little bit of ground there. I wonder what the race director is going to think about it. But Diogo Almeida all of a sudden seems to be in contention again for a podium. He certainly has recovered ground and he's not very far. He's not far behind Cavallan. We are at the midpoint of this race. It's a long race here at Laguna Seca. We are on lap 8 out of 15. Copper Knob 75, that's Simon Allen, that number 11 car is actually not far behind Diogo Almeida either, and Simon Allen has been performing very well indeed in this race. His pace is right with the leaders, but the fastest man on the track is Dale Taylor in 7th. Look at that, the leaderboard, 119s. That's a very fast time indeed for a race configuration. And Dale Taylor clearly trying to recover ground. Now, what's the gap to Simon out? John Scott, I'm sorry, he's in 7th, not in 6th. It is 9 seconds, but he's running a couple of seconds a lap quicker than John. So it could be that towards the end of the race we are going to have a battle for 6th spot. I believe Simon Allen is a little bit too far because he is 5 seconds ahead of John. Jorge Jesus in 9th place. He's now behind Scott Davely. And Simon Allen has spun. Simon Allen has spun on his own. reset button to not lose that much time, but John Scott is going to overtake him, or is he? John Scott is coming on the outside of Simon, and he's done it. John Scott is up into 5th place. Simon Allen was still recovering momentum after that spin, and we definitely have a battle for 5th place now. And I'll tell you what, it is Dale Taylor who must be celebrating this, because all of a sudden he could be in contention for a top 5 position, especially if these two drivers, John Scott and Simon Allen, start battling with one another, which is exactly what is happening right now. Simon very keen to go back to that 5th spot, but it is going to be a tricky situation here, because Dale Taylor is very quick indeed. He's only 5 seconds behind these two drivers, and we still have 6 laps to go at the end of this one. Leaders are already on lap 10, and now, oh, look at this now. John Scott has made a mistake. It's very easy to make a mistake in the last corner. Fortunately, he avoided a spin, but Simon Allen is right back into it, and this will be a fascinating battle. Simon almost hitting John Scott. John Scott's back. Oh, John has made a mistake there in turn 1 and loses the position. John has made a mistake there. He was running a little bit too wide on the outside, and Simon Allen recovers 5th, and I could see Dale Taylor there at the back of that screenshot. So we will keep monitoring that gap. Look at this, 119.3 for Dale Taylor in 7th, 122.3. Oh, and George Rush has spun again. George Rush has had multiple spins, and I wonder if all the drivers know that this car does have traction control in the authentic configuration, so maybe, well, it will make you slower a little bit, but at least it will make you a little bit more stable, as Kev Allen is really not very stable in that final corner, but he's definitely caught up with Darren Head. Darren has been losing time. Leader Diogo Silva now 6.3 seconds ahead, and he's just outbraking himself a little bit at the exits of turn 1. And Kev is right back into the battle for 2nd place, but Diogo Silva now just needs to control that gap. 4 laps to go at the end of this lap, which is lap 11. And oh, that's Diogo Almeida as well. He hasn't lost that much time to these drivers. Only a couple of seconds behind Kev, so we still have a battle for 2nd going on here. Oh, and Kev Allen is in the gravel. Kev Allen is in the gravel, and we are going to see Diogo Almeida come at him very, very quickly. Yes, we are. But still behind. Oh, Diogo Almeida almost outbraking himself at the corkscrew, but he's right there at the back of Kev Allen, who made a mistake in the previous corner. And now we don't have a battle for 2nd, we do have a battle for 3rd, as tire wear becomes a bit of an issue with this combo as well. One more lap is complete. Lap 12 is where the leader is. 3 laps to go at the end of this one, and this will be Diogo Silva's 2nd win of the season. And so far this season we only have 2 winners. Darren Head has won 3 times, and if Diogo Silva completes this race as the leader, he will have won twice. So still waiting for other drivers to win as well. We normally have 4 or 5 drivers winning in a given PlayStation season. Certainly in the past, Kev Allen has won, Simon Allen has won, George Jesus has won, and a few others as well. So we do hope that we have more winners in this season as the season progresses. Oh, and Kev Allen is again in the gravel. This time round he's going to lose the position to Diogo Almeida. That was inevitable because Diogo was just behind, and Kev made the mistake. Look at this, they are facing some tire wear issues, I am sure, at this point, as Diogo Almeida also lost a little bit of time there through the corkscrew. But definitely in the closing stages of this race we do have some uncertainty over who's going to be on the podium, and as we predicted a few laps ago, Dale Taylor has now found that yellow Renault of John Scott, and John is still very much close to Simon Allen. So this is the battle for 5th place that we were anticipating over the last few laps. We finally have it, lap 13 for the leader now. 2 laps to go at the end of this one, so Dale Taylor is running out of time to make his moves, but he continues to be extremely quick indeed, as Cavallo is trying to come back at 3rd place, I'm sorry. Darren Head is in 2nd. Gap to the leader is stable, 6.4 seconds. They're basically doing the same times. Really, Darren a bit quicker this time round. But oh, and I believe someone has run wide there. It was Diogo Almeida, but he recovers and does not lose any position whatsoever. Cavallo is really coming with everything, and now the gloves are off because we are reaching the last couple of laps of this race, and this is the battle for the podium. Darren Head is too far ahead. He's a couple of seconds ahead of Diogo, but unless Darren makes a mistake, which is very unusual, then this will remain the battle for 3rd place only. And Cavallo is running out of time, and he's also messed up the line in the last corner slightly. Dale Taylor is now very much behind John Scott, and Simon Allen has made a mistake. And here comes Dale Taylor now. He is right behind the 5th and 6th place drivers. He just needs to find a way, and he goes on the outside of turn 1. And can he get the job done? Yes, he can get the job done. He's up into 6th. Dale Taylor making a good recovery, and John Scott drops to 7th. This is the penultimate lap, and John Scott is going to be in the wall. He avoids the wall, but does not avoid the gravel, and that's a disaster for Scott, because now he's running out of time to have any chance to recover 5th place. But Dale Taylor is coming right at Simon Allen, and this is going to be a fascinating battle, also because they are with the same livery. Simon Allen runs wide there. And here comes Dale Taylor on the inside of the corkscrew. That is not on the outside. Oh, is he going to do it? Yes, again, Dale Taylor, the master of the outside. He did run wide there, though, so I'm not sure about penalties. As usual, we have no visibility on penalties, but I believe that is a penalty. So unless Simon Allen already has penalties, I think Dale Taylor will have a penalty there, and Simon Allen will still be 5th at the end of this race. Now we are on the last lap of the race. Diogo Almeida is, I think, safe in 3rd, as Cavallo has not managed to recover, and is a few car lengths behind. And Simon Allen, yes, we saw that he lost the position to Dale, and if the penalty was just 1 second, it's possible that Dale is actually going to open a 1 second gap on this last lap, especially. Simon is now running wide and losing time, and he's not going to want that, especially if he needs to stay close to Dale. If Dale has a penalty, and Simon can still finish 5th, but it's looking like it's not happening now. It's the last. And Simon Allen has lost more time because he ran wide and lost the position to John Scott. John Scott is up into 6th now. Simon Allen down to 7th. We're almost at the end of the race. The race leader is Diogo Silva. He led every lap of this race. He started from pole position, and he's going to score the 2nd win of the season. Very dominating win by Diogo Silva with more than 6 seconds over championship leader Darren Head. Finishes in 2nd again. He won 3 races and finished the other 2 in 2nd place. Very consistent performance. 3rd is Diogo Almeida. Good to see him on the podium on his return. 4th is Cavallo. 5th is going to be Dale Taylor. 6th is going to be John Scott. 7th is going to be Simon Allen. He's going to be disappointed with that, losing a couple of positions in the closing stages. 8th is going to be the consistent Scott Davely. 9th is going to be Jorge Jesus, a race he will want to quickly forget and look forward to the 2nd race. And Peter Adrian, again on his return to Old Fox Racing PlayStation, is going to complete the drivers who have finished this race. It has been a very interesting race indeed, and more to come in race 2, as we see Peter Adrian now completing the race as well. And that's everyone that finished. Let's see if there are any penalties. No. Oh, in fact, Simon Owen was the only driver that had a penalty. Diogo Silva, Darren Head, Diogo Almeida, that's your podium in race 1. See you soon in race 2.